And now it's Boomer Life.
Lifestyle ideas designed to make your life more engaging, meaningful, and complete.
Celebrating the baby boomer generation, this is Boomer Life.
Welcome back to the program. On this episode of Boomer Life, we're having a lot of fun in studio with Stephen Benolio. He is the principal with Canadian Estate Diamonds, and we're talking about diamonds and gold and jewelry and precious metals. And again, for the very first time, it's a wonderful conversation, Stephen. You're being very patient with me. Stephen was telling me a story just during the break here about we both are, as it turns out, are fans of the Antique Roadshow. We both enjoy listening to and watching the show. And you told us a kind of an Antiques Roadshow story about a woman who brought some jewelry into your office here in Vancouver of Canadian Estate Diamonds. It was something she had bought at a police auction and thought it was all basically costume jewelry, cubic zirconia, and those sorts of simulated stones. And you gave her a bit of a surprise.
That's right, Sterling. Sometimes jewelry can arrive to your hand in a form that you might not think it's set in gold or platinum, but this turned out to be they'd bought a 3-carat emerald cut diamond for $20. And I don't think that's going to happen to everybody, but that was fun. And there was another lady from Saskatchewan.
Whoa. How much was the $20 so-called fake stone? How much was it actually worth?
Oh, thousands and thousands. A 3-carat diamond, just by its size, even if it's not a top quality, is going to be $8,000 to $10,000.
Fabulous.
Right.
And you got the predictable, oh my gosh, response.
Oh, that's right. And
that's
fun
the most
for them
fun
and
about
fun
that.
for us.
Indeed it is. So when you're appraising a diamond, when someone comes into the store, there's something that I know I've learned about because I've bought diamonds for my wife over the years, something called the 4 C's, which are...
Right, the color, the cut, the clarity, and carat. And the cut is the part that is at probably the foremost or forefront today because, of course, we're cutting diamonds, and the way a diamond is perfectly cut or its ideal modern brilliant has changed by definition with the great gem labs over the last 10 years. So what might have been perceived as a perfectly cut diamond in the 90s today would be recut. So that's an advantage that we can bring to somebody by recutting their diamond, or if after we purchase it, recutting it, recertifying it into a place of higher dollars. So it's called a triple excellent on a GIA certificate and a 000 on an American Gem Society certificate.
So this is the nature of Canadian Estate Diamonds. You buy diamonds from Canadians and resell them in the open marketplace, and there's your profit margin.
That's right. And as these diamonds come into the hands of the baby boomers, and they come in their thousands, and we're seeing them just about every day now, whether it's through divorce or through inheritance or somebody who's found it at an estate auction or on the bottom of their shoe. We've found that this is going to be a market that grows, and it's a niche that we've found that can help in our regular production.
You got to tell us the bottom of the shoe story, because people are going, oh, come on, nobody finds a diamond on the bottom of their shoe. Get real. Right. Well, surprise, surprise. Friends, Stephen, tell the story.
We had a lady call from Saskatchewan, and she had a 1.5 carat princess cut diamond that she had brought with her on returning from vacation in Florida. Her family had been watching a show in Disney World, and as they got up in the dark to leave, her husband heard something clicking on the bottom of his shoe, and lo and behold, there was a 1.5 carat princess cut diamond that's worth over $10,000. So that was a pleasant find on their vacation.
And it had just fallen off out of somebody's ring, is that?
That's right. When you think about, most diamonds are set in gold, and gold is a very soft metal.
Right.
If it's not carefully checked once a year at a jeweler, the claws can break and a diamond can be lost.
Well, I have a ring with a stone in it, and the stone, you can move the stone now inside the clasps. It's not coming out, but that would be an indication that I should get that to a jeweler. You shouldn't be able to move the stone in any ring, should you?
No, you're right. It's loose. It's maybe got a broken claw, and you should go once a year to get those claws checked, because gold is very soft. You can bend a bar in your hands.
Of course. Now, talk to us a little bit more about what you do at Canadian Estate Diamonds, Stephen, because, if half of your business is as a result of people going through divorces and ending relationships and wanting to lose the jewelry that has the reminders of that era in their lives, what's the other 50%? If 50% is coming from divorce, is it just 50% the other people just looking to liquidate some assets?
Sometimes, Sterling, it's a fellow who's not got the answer that he'd hoped.
Oh,
when
of course.
he presented the ring, that's happened a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
The inherited diamond.
You don't think about that part, do you?
No, and it's kind of, from my viewpoint, it's a little bit sad. We try to show compassion with everybody because we understand that they're in our office usually in some sort of distress, whether it's a woman getting divorced. I had one lady say to me, Stephen, if you don't buy this diamond, I'm throwing it in the ocean. You can see there's bitterness.
Yeah.
And that, of course, is a part of divorce. And a fellow who's been turned down and needs to sell the diamond and find out that he's probably not even going to get what he paid for it, it's going to add to his bitterness.
Sure.
But we do our best. Well, we explain to them, here's the quality, here's where we are in the middle, and as in any business, we've got to stand to make a profit. But we try to, we show them compassion, and it's the most difficult part of what we do is having to come to grips with the state of mind that some of them are into.
Oh, I'm sure, and I'm sure there are a lot of really sad, desperate people who end up in the office. But, these are also people who are smart enough to go to your office rather than a pawn shop. What kind of deal difference would Canadian Estate Diamonds give versus some pawn dealer on Main Street?
Right. Well, if we were talking about that insured value again, which is not the real value, a pawn shop usually reflects 10% of an insured appraisal. Antique dealer might get as high as 20, and we're usually in the range of a third of an appraised value. But that in fact is a little bit higher than its liquidation appraisal. So I think we're giving them, short of them selling to the end user themselves, somebody who might wear it again. And I tell everybody that when they come in, that you can realize more if you can take the time to find someone who's getting married or who wants to buy it. Other than that, we can buy it today. You can get paid out in cash, if you will, or certified check, and you can get on with the rest of your life, and that's what a lot of them choose to do.
And you see people also doing that on Craigslist or Kijiji, and you wonder, oh man, that's such a Wild West show.
It is, and I think part of it is the success of it, or the amount of jewelry that gets posted there diminishes your chances to turn it the way you might. So security aside, we've had people come in and say, we've tried on Craigslist and now we're giving up. Will you buy it?
Okay. What's the difference, though, between going for some money and going for the highest price? Because I sense that there is a difference.
There absolutely is a difference. And if somebody's able to find someone in their family or a friend who's getting married and they can marry into the design of the ring and they're happy with it, then that is a place they could realize probably another 25%.
Oh, really?
Right.
Simply because of the antiquity of the ring? Is that what you mean?
No, sometimes I'm thinking of somebody who's getting divorced, but again, it comes back to often they just want to get past that memory
Sure,
of that
of course.
bitterness,
Right.
And we talked earlier about the question of ownership. If somebody has given a diamond to a fiancé and the relationship dissolves, who owns the diamond?
A good question. Many a judge has been called upon to resolve that.
That's
Have
right.
you been in the middle of those sorts of wars before?
Well, I've seen the result, and it turns out that the judge will come forward and say, you gave it as a gift without conditions.
True.
It belongs to the person you gave it to.
Wow.
So anybody considering going to court after they've given a diamond to the girl that they love should probably save their money.
Because it's likely, based on case history, that it's gone.
That's correct.
Wow. We need to take a quick break, and I want to come back. When we come back, I want to go back to that story of the lady who paid $20 for a diamond worth thousands because she bought it at a police auction. Is there perhaps you can give us a rule of thumb, just as we go through, we boomers, going through grandma's jewelry and mom's jewelry and all of that sort of stuff that we may or may not inherit at some point, how to spot the real from the fakes. Our guest is Stephen Benolio from Canadian Estate Diamonds, online, by the way, friends, at CanadianEstateDiamonds.com. Fascinating episode of Boomer Life. Glad you're with us. More still ahead after this.
It's all about the baby boomer lifestyle. Boomer Life on AM 650.